Mikan starts a factory that mass produces mistletoe. Is that a threat? Chiaki etches a sketch in a tree. Shuichi's like, is that a threat? Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Zenith. Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalicars, Few, Nomi is the man who is dreading the literal thick layer of pollen that is coating every part of my surroundings. Outdoors. But hey, most Nomi is United States Avery. Welcome back to another phenomenal, fantastic episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And we're back. And this season is starting to come to a close. But we still got a couple seasons of the Hunger Games to celebrate season 7, 8, and 9. And season 7 was boundless chaos, where the wheel didn't stop spinning if chaos reigned. It was terrifying. It was crazy. We had so many people cashing those singles championships, not so many cashing the tag team championships. In fact, it was almost like chaos was normal for tag team action. It was a little strange. However, when we think back to it, you guys voted on 2 episodes that really work best in Orteil. Because this was around the time when I was like, oh, we can start, we can manipulate the code, the save file rather, to add in more than one item at a time. And that's back when we thought, well, that was crazy. Actually adding items and whatnot into the game, that's crazy. That's why. But for right now, we were just in the habit of adding like 2 items. And in this episode, it was the Super Dangan Bros episode. It was the March 10th episode. Almost timely as well. March 10th happened not too long ago. Which is Mario Day. MAR10, which is stylized Mario. You guys voted on that episode. In that episode, we had a lot of people who would just best fit Mario or would play Mario games or experience with Mario stuff. This time around, we can't really do, well, I mean, we could do that, but the episode that's tomorrow is even more fitting for Orteil. And it's going to be a fun twist on that one, which is interesting. And honestly, I'm okay with saying it. The second most voted episode was the arena's most deadly things. And if we do that in Orteil, there's a lot of new items that we can assign, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty fantastic. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be tag team action. However, in this one, I was like, how do we keep the theme of Mario instead? This time, we're looking at the Mario enemies. You feel me? You feel me? I'm talking about some iconic Mario enemies, and we are gonna have characters, 5 characters, who best fit that frame. And they're all gonna duke it out as to find out which of the Mario enemies is truly the best. And here is our cast. For the Bob-ombs, you know, the little homies walk around, short fuse, they blow up. Kazuichi, because, you know, we've seen him get big yeeted. Sonya, Nagito. Of course that man, he's all about the explosives. Mukuro, of course, explosive, and Kibo, surprisingly enough, former Pancake champion Kibo knows how to deal with explosives. We've seen in chapter 6 of V3. Shy guy. We have a couple of shy homies. Makoto, Chihiro, Hajime, Mitarai, and Mikan. Chain Chomp. Those who have a little vicious side when it comes down to a Genocide Jack Junko, Tinko, Seiko, and Akane Piranha Plant. We see Fat Togami, we see Hifumi, we see Monica, we see Izuyoi, and we see Kurumi, because, you know, Kurumi's had a little experience with sharp vines and plants, so she's seen, poor Kurumi. But that's Piranha Plant. Who else do we have? Boo. Did they scare you? I hope they did. Celeste, Gundam. Corey's in this house with Crazy Yoko and Juzo, who's really a ghost of his former self. And lastly, everyone's favorite homies, You know him, you love him. He got that shell. He got those moves. It's the Koopa Troopa. Crazy Yoko, extra large. Shuichi. Tag Team Champion Chiaki. Rantaro. And Leon. And those are your homies for today. Tell me, which of these Mario enemies do you vibe with the most? Are you explosive like the Bob-omb? Are you feeling a little shy like a shy guy? Chain chomps? Are you chomping things up? Piranha Plant. I guess also kind of chomping things up. Boo, little spooky, or you're a Koopa Troopa, you got the moves. Because we know every Koopa Troopa got the moves. I'm going to tell you which of these ones I vibe with the most. And I'm going to tell you first, second, and third, like you will tell me in the comments like this one, that one, and that one. No OC action this Sunday. None. There's no OC action this Sunday, which is wild. But next Sunday, we return to singles OC action. We see the last of the OCs who entered in singles action. The week after that, it'll be tag team action. And then it'll be time for the free-for-all match. Hope you're prepared, because it's going to be a spectacle. But you made your picks. I'm going to make mine. If I'm really vibing with any of them, I probably vibe with the Shy Guy. Don't know why, I just kind of like the Shy Guy aesthetic. But for first, second, and third, I don't think any of them are coming from the Shy Guy. I think we're getting Corey in first. I think Rantaro's getting second, and I think Leon, who's had a quiet season, is going to get third. And those are my picks. Will they do well? Probably not. However, to find out if we got a little thing to do, one thing to do, and you know exactly what that is. As I click this button, it is... Ooh, sorry, the pollen is really getting to me. It is time for... Ooh. Sorry, I had to fight off a sneeze there. Hit me with the music one more time. Eh. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's nasty in there. I mean, just look at it. It's disgusting. It's despicable. Ugh. I guess I'll roll it anyway. Hello, Asnir. Taking advantage of my allergies, how could you? You're a menace to society. And you're not too kind either, but you are rolling. A very kind 5. I don't know what it is about that 5, but every time I see it, it feels like we're about to get the spiciest of RNG as we resimulate. Not one time. Not 2 times. Not 3 or 4. But hey. For the spiciest of RNG, 5. 5 times. We got a whole bunch of fantastic souls to get through, but only one will come out on top. And hey, it's singles action, so secret achievements are in place. Will any of them hit? It's a possibility that we see 1, 2, 3, 3 of them. 3 of them. 3 of them. 3 of them. Only 3 are possible today. But will they hit? I don't know. I think it's a low chance for all of them, really, but we're about to proceed and see if things do go down. As we start all off, the tributes they stand on their podiums and horn bearers, if you would do me the grandest of kindnesses and please, sound the horns. Well, alright, horn bearers, don't mind if I do. You do love to see the horn bearers, you do love to see them. Just like you love to see Juzo entering the arena via skydiving. Izue bashes Fumi's head against a rock several times. Tinko forces Crazy Yoko to start singing Please Give Me Wings. The comment section has bet all of their mana coins on Kibo, so Kibo better win. The last time they did this, worked out pretty well for them, not gonna lie. Worked out pretty well. I think they bet on I think they bet on Ganyu, and Ganyu won. Y'all are rich, y'all give me your mana coins. Spend them at Avia's Wares and Despairs. Mukuro runs away from the cornucopia. Mikan arrives at the arena. Her memory is completely wiped. The sole thing she can remember is her name. Rantaro sets off an explosive. He's like, well, time to put this ocarina down and get to work. Takes out the ultimate, takes out Mitarai, and takes out Junko. Goodness gracious, Rantaro. Sonya runs away from the cornucopia. Chiaki and Leon fight Seiko and Makoto. Chiaki and Leon actually survive. Goodness gracious. Shuichi finds a teleporter to the Despair Dimension. This sparks the question of who would build a teleporter to the Despair Dimension. Well, in this simulator, who knows? And Orteil, the sides are back. Gundam runs away from the cornucopia, and so does Crazy Yoko Extra Large. Monica runs away from the cornucopia. Genocide Jack enters the game feeling a little under the weather. She's like, oh, these allergies are getting to me too. So Nagito and Kurumi comfort her and offer to take care of her this game. Corey realizes that dying doesn't matter in this endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up this game and send as many people to Sister as he possibly can. Celeste runs from the cornucopia. Hajime and Fat Togami he forces Fat Togami to start saying, please give me wings, but you know, there's a certain pimp who's just out here pimping. He didn't have a good time this past Friday, but you know what? He might have a grand time in the World Pancake Championship match. Do I not have a pin anywhere? There's a pin over here. There's a pin right here. Special wooden pin, in fact. Desperate times call for desperate measures. That's right. That's right. That's right, Kazuichi. I'm gonna write your name in this fancy wooden pin. Kazuichi. We love to see it. And back by unpopular demand, it's Akane. I vibe with Akane, I'm not gonna lie. As we proceed, we see day one as Nagito tries to sneak attack Genocide Jack, but she catches on, runs off. Avi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Shuichi? Like 2. Yeah, like a 2. Like a 2. There's moments where Shuichi frustrated me, but you know, like a 2. Like a 2, I don't hate him at all, really. Izuyoi raises Leon's hope and he dashes him quite expertly. He's like, you're a former tag team champion, nice! So am I. Chiaki thinks Avi has an addiction to getting new addictions. We'll see about that. Fat Togami wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Sonya sits down next to Fat Togami and she's like, your Nagito showing. Akane, Mukuro, Crazy Yoko, and Crazy Yoko Extra Large hunt for other tributes. Hajime tells Gundam that he's not a clown but the entire circus. Rantaro receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Mikan, Kibo, Juzo receive report cards evaluating their performance this game. Mikan gets an A, Kibo gets a C, and Juzo gets a big fat F. Karumi builds a snowball containing a rock and pegs it to the back of Corey's head. Corey doesn't survive the impact. Rest in peace. There's a little snow in the arena, just a little bit. She got that from Gold Forge Mountain. Listen here. Kazuichi does not like Monica. Not at all. He's going to bark at her now. That's true, but I guess it's singles action. It's singles action. And Tinko wakes up and you know what she has? It's been a hot second. We've had like a slim little break of people entering the World Pancake Championship match, but Tinko wakes up and has pancakes. She just says, you know what? Put me in there, coach. And you know what, Tinko? You're in there. I like that pancake moxie you got going on. We love to see that. Celeste reminds you, yes you, dear viewer, to stay hydrated. As we proceed, we lost not a ton, but we did lose 7. And those 7, they do get a Claire de Lune 4. Hifumi, Chihiro, Mitarai, Junko, Seiko, Makoto, Corey. You see everybody's statuses. We don't have anybody gone from Team Bob-ombs. They really are the bomb. Shy Guy still has Hajime and Mikan. In fact, they've suffered the most casualties. Chain Chomp has only lost Seiko and Junko. Piranha Plant has only lost Hifumi. Boo has only lost Corey. My pick from Boo. Ha. Sounds about right, and the Koopa Troopas are still styling and profiling. They're all still in. It's like a little sandwich here. We got 2 full pieces of bread and then some scattered bits in between, but ladies and gentlemen, this sandwich is about to get ate. What will unfold? What else will happen? What will happen when we click proceed? I think you're all waiting, raring, waiting, ready to know. Well, don't worry, because I'm ready to go. These secret achievements, they're not going to hit themselves, so they might not hit at all. Let's proceed and see if they do. It is night 1. Akane throws a Molotov at Hajime after the fire dissipates. Akane's actually, she's perfectly okay somehow. She's like, oh, you know, I'm vibing. Nagito etches a sketch in a tree. Leon takes it as a threat. Izuyoi finds a sleeping Rantaro on the ground, raises a hand, waves it in front of his face before dusting off his shoulder and falling, punching Rantaro right in the face. He's clocked. He's dazed. if being dazed in the simulator did anything. Juzo and Crazy Yoko Extra Large take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before heading to sleep for the night. Genocide Jack catches Mukuro with a giant box of comically placed banana peels. Mikan starts a factory that mass produces mistletoe. Is that a threat? Chiaki etches a sketch in a tree. Shuichi's like, is that a threat? Kurumi burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Kurumi swears it was an accident. But Sonia says she saw Kurumi deliberately burn it down because I believe Kurumi more than Sonia. I'm like, you know, I do enjoy me some Kurumi. I'm gonna let this slide just this once. Don't let it happen again, Kurumi. Don't let it happen again. Kibo holds a secret meeting with Kazuichi, Fatogami, Gundam, and Celeste, and any chance that Crazy Yoko and Monica had a friendship is destroyed when they're forced to fight over that last slice of pizza, throwing hands, fist after fist, pulling hair. It's terrifying. And where in the world is Tinko? We'll find out soon, but let me tell you, as I said, it was so calm for this World Pancake Championship match for a hot second, but everyone's in it now. And speaking of everyone, not everyone, but Rantaro is, as Mikan challenges Rantaro and Gundam to an Anything Goes World Pancake Championship Invitational match. And let me tell you, Rantaro eats the most pancakes, and he is now on this list as well. Mondo is like, this will never fill up, I get to have this championship forever. He wanted to be the forever champion. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's starting to fill. Kazuichi hopes that Avi doesn't jinx him. We'll see about that, Kazuichi. We'll see about that. Chiaki eats dirt. Delicious. Kibo starts setting up mistletoe in the arena, but Nagito swoops in, snaps his arm, burns the mistletoe Leon. Questions Tinko's sanity. Crazy Yoko camouflages himself in the bushes. Kurumi and Fatogami trade talents. Interesting. I feel like they'd be able to pull off each other's talents, actually. Celeste doesn't believe in palindromes, because they don't exist. We love that. That's squad thinking right there. Juzo, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, and Mukuro hold an intervention for Avi's pancake addiction. Of course I'm not going to show up. All three of y'all are crazy. Genocide Jack camouflages herself in the bushes. Sonia, Monica, and Akane discuss the killing life so far. Shuichi confesses his love for Izuo. Izuo is like, cool, see ya homie, and just heads out. And Hajime hangs up mistletoe in the arena. That's Hajime, you don't want to make the list. You really don't want to make the list. I don't think we lost anyone, but I don't think we lost anyone, but my store flash sale. And there is one down at Avi's Wares and Despairs. Crazy Yoko buys a 6 set of nunchucks. Crazy Yoko Extra Large, however, forgets her wallet and gets kicked out of the store by security. Kurumi also gets a 6 set of nunchucks. Rantaro gets a 50% discount on a 6 sword. Mukuro takes too many free samples and is killed off by security. Izuyoi cuts Nagito in line. Nagito cuts Izuyoi with a knife. Genocide Jack and Hajime furiously snag coupons from the shelves. Mikan gets a 50% off discount on a 6 sword, so does Kazuichi. Fatogami tips over an aisle, causing the other aisles to fall like dominoes. Ching chong tung tung tung. Click 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 clack clack clack. Killing Leon, Celeste, and Shuichi in the process. Gundam gets a 50% discount on a 6 sword. Chiaki sneaks into the back room and finds the dead bodies of Kibo and Tinko. She runs out of the store, terrified, without figuring out what happened back there. Juzo forgets his wallet. Get out of the store. Get out of here. You gotta pay for something. Akane and Monica team up to catch the most sales possible, and Sonia takes too many free samples and is killed off by security, and now we've lost 8. And they were all because of Avi's Wares and Despairs. We had the very rare, peaceful early game, day 1, or night 1, day 2, and then the arena event was just like, you know what? Haha, you thought. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Mukuro, Izuyoi, Leon, Celeste, Shuichi, Kibo, Tinko, Sonia. And as we see everybody's statuses, I think we're actually at 15, if I am not mistaken. We are 15, and those 15 are Kazuichi and Nagito for the Bob-ombs. Shy Guys still have Hajime and Mikan. Chain Chomp still sees Akane, Genocide Jack. Fatogami still has, or Fatogami, Monica, and Kurumi still represent Piranha Plant. The Boos still have Gundam, Crazy Yoko and Juzo, and Koopa Troopa still has Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Chiaki, and Rantaro. And just like that, I have to wonder, just who it will be. I'm not sure who it'll be. We gotta proceed to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, as we keep on keeping on, we will proceed and we will see that water is delicious. Make sure you stay hydrated. Just like Gundam is getting a hold of Mouse soundboard within the hour he's struck down for playing copyrighted music, Monica. Crazy Oko Extra Large. Fat Togami and Juzo make shadow puppets. Everyone's so much better at it than Juzo that he starts to get a little jealous. Nagito, Genocide Jack, and Kazuichi discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Hajime hates Rantaro so strongly that he's created a whole squad against Rantaro. I feel like I don't see a whole lot of Rantaro hate. He's not around long enough to get a whole lot of hate. Crazy Yoko and Mikan exercise under the stars. They invite Chiaki, who promptly murders the both of them without witnesses. Chiaki is not playing games today. Kurumi finds an Etch-a-Sketch somehow. After a few hours, she makes a picture of Akane and erases it. Akane was erased from existence. Oh, by Jove, I think we'll proceed, and I do believe this means it's time for the arena event. I mean the feast. But I was right. I said the wrong thing, but boy was I right. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's family's Monica is unable to convince Juzo not to kill her. Monica, rest in peace to you. Gundam sets off an explosive, killing Kazuichi and Jack. Rest in peace to them as well. Kurumi and Crazy Yoko Extra Large get into a fight over raw meat, but Crazy Yoko gives up. Crazy Yoko Extra Large gives up, runs off. Hajime severely injures Chiaki, but puts her out of her misery. You hate to see it. Just like you hate to see the Ocarina Master himself dying from an infection. If only he had a wish ring, because he's also the Wish King. Fat Togami and Nagisa decided to work together to gather more supplies. But is that enough to survive day 3? This has taken us to our saving grace pick range. But who will survive to make it to the saving grace picks? It will not be Kurumi or Juzo. As Fat Togami receives a gift from a secret admirer, it's a sword. There's a lot of swords in play, if those existed. Kurumi attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Juzo, killing the both of them. Nagito and Gundam split up to search for resources. Hajime feigns death, but Crazy Yoko sees right through it and kills him. We are down to 4. Fat Togami, Nagito, Gundam, and Crazy Yoko Extra Large will proceed. Oh my gosh! Goodness gracious! Is it over? Goodness gracious! What was this ending? What is... It's one of those rare moments that we skip saving grace picks because tributes gather at Celeste Holiday Mansion to celebrate the spring holidays. Gundam dies of very green alcohol poisoning. Well, let me tell you, if I had saving grace picks, I would have picked my guy, my ride or die, only for him to die. Fat Togami finds a 4-leaf clover, but Nagito kills him for it. Guess it wasn't too lucky after all. And Crazy Yoko Extra Large dies of very green alcohol poisoning, which means we lost 14 in what is not a terrible turnabout. In fact, we don't hear terrible turnabout. We don't hear crisis of fate. We don't hear samurai woman. In fact, one might call it an ultimate lucky victory. Because after this, Claire de Lune, game ending Claire de Lune 4. Crazy Yoko, Mikan, Akane, Monica, Kazuichi, Genocide Jack, Chiaki, Rantaro, Kurumi, Juzo, Hajime, Gundam, Fat Togami, Crazy Yoko, Extra Large. He was the bomb. I really hope you guys weren't looking forward to making your saving grace picks, because you know, this is Reminiscent. Reminiscent 2, and I'm gonna, I'm stalling for a moment, because at this point you would be like, wow, the video is only like 25 or 26 minutes if I just kind of sped through it right now. I'm gonna go through and brought back, like, if you saw the, some people know what I'm talking about. If you saw the Monday's episode of Fire Emblem Fates, I had like an explosion in the back of my brain trying to remember something. And it was Chigiri from Danganronpa Z, Patient Madness Cropper. Chigiri E was like an art style, and I was like, Chigiri, where do I know that from? And then it like hit, and I was like, whoa, I'm having that moment again. Except it's something I said, and I can hear it vocally, me just screaming, why do we keep giving Nagito bombs? We've technically done that today with the Bob-omb, and that's why we don't do that, because it gives him the most strategic of advantages. It gives him not just advantage, it gives him the win. It gives him the win. It makes him your winner. Ensuring that those cute little orbs with the short fuse are the best of the best Mario enemies. With explosives by his side. We often yell, why do we keep giving Nagito bombs? It's so we can cash in victories like this. Nagito takes the win. It has been a very, very, very long time since we've had to skip Samurai Woman, Crisis of Fate, the Who Will It Be music, and didn't even play a terrible turnabout. It's been a long time since you didn't get an opportunity to make saving grace picks. I think that has maybe happened 2 other times in the series. Twice. One was Makoto's ultimate lucky victory, and I know it's happened some other time, but the victory that it was is escaping me at this very moment in time. Goodness gracious. Nagito. And it's a nice parallel to Makoto's ultimate lucky victory. Not quite the same vibe, but you know what? It all happening in an instant seems about right. Nagito finds himself now on the singles bracket with a shot at the Champion of Champions title. It's a title that he needs. He's been a part of a tag team with Kokichi, and so they brought home tag team gold together, and this time, as we bring up the singles bracket, Nagito wants to be the one to be that singles champion of champions. Can he do it? It's a possibility. In fact, he's on both brackets. He could walk out as a double champion. If he somehow, some way finds himself on the Pancake Championship bracket, he could walk out with every single title in the series. Could it happen? I don't know. He's got to have some real luck, and after this game, you know what? He might have that kind of luck. Congratulations to you, Nagito. You earned it. Crazy Yoko Extra Large, she was so close. I'll be frank, I was rooting for her in my heart of hearts, but it wasn't her time today. Crazy Yoko Extra Large, 2nd place. Fatso got me in 3rd. Gundam My Ride or Die in 4th. I thought there was a chance, and then all of a sudden, it was Celeste Holiday Mansion. All of a sudden. These are, you know, I feel like I said earlier this season that these arena events aren't popping up, and when they do, it's always the baseball one. Now it's now the other ones are really popping up now, aren't they? As if the simulator's like, oh, you want some more arena events? And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, fine. Oh, man. Hajime in 5th, Juzo in 6th, Kurumi in 7th, Rantaro in 8th, Chiaki 9th, and Genocide Jack rounding off your top 10. We saw the singles bracket, so we can do a slow scroll and get everybody else who was in here. And we're gonna do a real slow scroll. We actually don't. They can all fit on one page. It's nice when we can fit them all on like one screen. I do love to see that. I love to see it. Hifumi was out immediately, but Nagito carried on and won the whole thing. In fact, Team Bob-omb did really well. Mukuro was their first person out, and that was during the flash sale of AV's Wares and Despairs. Kibo, then Sonya, then Kazuichi. They did pretty well for themselves. They did pretty well. I don't know if they did the best. Well, I mean, clearly they did the best because Nagito won, but you know what? On average, I think they still might have done the best. Koopa Troopa might be like, Koopa Troopa might place like on average better than them solely because Crazy Yoko Extra Large was in second, and then we have this 8th and 9th right there. They might place better on average. Because they also don't have anybody down here really weighing them down except for Leon. And Shuichi. And even then, they're right around Mukuro and Kibo. So they probably, I'm going to say that Koopa Troopa on average did better, but it's all about the win, and the winner was Nagito. We'll proceed, ladies and gentlemen, to the bloodbath. In fact, it's one of those days where I will say, it's odd. It's so strange when we have the entire summary able to fit on one page without scrolling. This was, I could not have predicted this, especially, so we gotta take a second. We gotta take a second and contemplate everything that's, just drink it all in. We had a night 1 and a day 2 where nobody perished, and then the arena was like, oh, someone needs to perish, and made everyone perish. Every single person. Through from day 2? Look at that. Look at that. This was really the calm before the storm. In the episode might be called The Calm Before the Storm. That is what this was, and it was breathtaking. It was shocking. It was the very chaotic luck that is Nagito. If there is a game for Nagito, this was his game. We'll proceed one more time. The Bob-ombs, the best Mario enemy of all time. You love them. You love to see them. Congratulations to them. And Chiaki had 4 KOs, Rentaro had 3, Gundam with 2, Karumi with 2, Leon with 2, and Nagito, our winner today, with 2 as well. We will go back to the reaping. And tomorrow's tag team episode might have some crazy moments in it too, because we're going to be using the arena's most deadly weapons, and that includes not just the vanilla weapons that are in the Orteil simulator, but all of the modded ones. We'll see how that goes. What will unfold, I'm not sure. But it'll be a joy, regardless. Until tomorrow, where we play with those arena's most deadly weapons. In Season 7, we are closing off singles action for today. And I think I've, it's about 35 now, it's about 35. Yeah, I've padded this out for enough time. I was like, I gotta pad out this ending. I've gotta pad out this ending. Me right now, padding out from the end of the episode, from when Nagito claimed his victory, to right now, might have been longer than the actual action itself. I can promise you, from the intro and this outro, from like post Nagito winning to pre the game starting, if you combine those 2 chunks of time, longer than the actual action. I promise you, I guarantee it. I can promise you that that's probably the case. However, it is the year of the Zenith Toon Link. Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalakaris, United States Aviator taking off until Orteil tomorrow, which once again, I was gonna say will be chaotic, but this was chaotic. This was chaos in its finest form. Oh yeah, this was chaos. Until tomorrow, which I cannot promise will be more chaotic than this game, because once again, chaos. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.